instruction areas. And then finally, the high school was constructed in 1950. It's had 4 additions and a renovation. We need to put a new roof on there. Next to Beach School, this is probably our most challenging roof. When it rains, we have a lot of buckets in the hallways, and it's just at a point where it's been repaired for a very long time. We got significant areas of repair in that building. We need to do masonry work to make it flow better as far as the building. The building itself structurally is great. The envelope is very strong. We just need to do some of the perimeter work to make it last even longer. Some things we'd like to do at the high school include a new science wing, 8 classrooms, 4 on the first floor, 4 on the second floor. We want to renovate the music. We want to actually raise and rebuild the music suite, which would be about double the size, because we have a significant amount of students who participate in vocal, instrumental, and performing arts. We want to expand our eating area for our students, our cafeteria, and we want to renovate the library. The main entrance for the high school is going to be off of the Detroit Wager Road entrance. And by doing this, we're able, again, to add a little bit of a different traffic flow off of Detroit and make this the main entrance during the school day, so that when people come to the building, they have to go directly into the office. Again, just like our middle school, we're trying to control the entrance of the building, which is seriously an important issue in schools. And then finally, we're going to do, besides the roof, the windows, the HVAC system, we're going to renovate the 2 gymnasiums and significantly redo our locker rooms for both boys and girls. Certainly athletics in 1950 were different for boys, and they were virtually non-existent for girls, but now we have a full complement of all the sports for boys and girls. Now, this is just an example of how the science rooms will look different. This is a current example of a science room. Most of our science rooms are either an old library or a home ec room or just some space, which we're making do with. What we'd like to do is add a new science wing that has all the hookups that you'd see in a science lab with gas and water and drainage. And ultimately, it'll help prepare our students for where they're going in college. And it'll be very appropriate. And the other thing is the big change in high schools today, we are seeing more classes from the college being taught in our high school. There are more kids that are going to be able to get college credit sitting in our classrooms as juniors and seniors as we go forward more than ever. And quite frankly, it's a benefit to parents. If your child can come out of our high school with a year of college already done, it's not a bad thing, and they never left our hallways. But for us to be able to offer some of these college courses, we have to have the facilities that meet their standards. We use their syllabus, we use their textbooks, and we teach it with our faculty who are hired as an adjunct professor for that university. The music suite, as I mentioned, we want to redo it completely because it's not handicap accessible. It has risers that are permanent. We'd like to remove those permanent risers, create a very flexible space, flat floor, bring in risers that are portable, and use them for our advantage. The thing that we're trying to do here, in 1950 when they built our high school, it's fine. We're still using it today in many of the same ways they did in 1950. When we put this music edition on, in the year 2060, they're still going to be using it, and we want to make sure that we create a flexible space just like they did for us in 1950. Create a flexible space so however they're teaching music and performing arts, it meets their needs. We're trying not to limit our flexibility in these renovations. If we put in a new science wing, we're going to have some classrooms available to us in the high school. We're going to use those for art studios, which will capture the northern light off of Detroit, and we're also going to refurbish them for computer purposes as well as other instructional classes that we have at our high school. So in this bond issue, the high school will receive the most amount of the work, but it's really important for us to focus on warm, safe, and dry issues, roofs, HVAC, lights, windows, ways to create efficiencies within our own envelope of our buildings. We can do it in many, many ways. The boiler at the high school is the original. It's lasted 60 years. It's been fixed a lot. It's great that it's lasted this long. It runs at a less than 70% efficiency. We think we can save about $35,000 a year just by replacing the boiler, which is significant when you look at operating expenses in a district. So with that, I thank the Rotary Club for letting me come here today, talk about our school system. We have a terrific school system and a wonderful community to live in, and we're very proud of our schools. If you want information about our bond issue, just go to riverschools.org, and with that, I'd be glad to answer any questions that you have, but more importantly, thank you for listening. Thanks.